thanks for having a look at the second part of the Abrams tank build. If you're a subscriber, thanks for coming back to the channel and supporting the videos. And new viewers, thanks for having a look. And we're going to continue on with that M1A1 Abrams build. I know the first video was a bit slow. We just sort of did that turret basket and things like that. But we did that way for a reason. We'll get straight back into the build. And we're going to start on the turret. So first thing I do is I'll just snip out that turret and the bottom section of the turret too. So the idea is get the two parts together, and whilst they're drying and bonding, we'll work on back on the main hull. So I'll just zoom back in and just trim up the edges. Of course, you can do it with a file if you want, but I just used a hobby knife and this turret. Just go along and smooth up any of those edges. So yeah, hobby knife or file, whichever you're more comfortable with. With a hobby knife, sometimes you tend to take chunks out, so sometimes a fine file's better. Just a dry fit, have a look. If you're happy with that. We're using Mr. Cement, hobby cement again. Don't see why my light's dark. Apologies if that looks dark. We'll just run a little bit around the turret, the bottom lower section. And then spin it around, line up that turret, just push them together. That should form a nice bond. It actually joins fairly well. So once we've got that done, let's put that down there. I'll go back to the sprue, not the one that had them on it, on the other sprue, and just this center turret pin here. I'm just going to push it out, but you can cut it out. I mean, we're not going to see it, so that's why I pushed it out. And bring back Mr. Cement, put a drop in there, and then just put that turret pin in there. Try and get it fairly central, and then I'll just put that off to the side. I'll come back out for a sec. So I'll just put that up there. That's with our tank from the last video, the main part of the hull, the turret basket, and the cupola, the commander's cupola fell off the sprue when we were looking at the sprues. All right, now I go back to the side skirts here and cut them out. And just be careful when you cut them out. I mean, you're not cutting this section, you're not cutting it off through here, you're cutting it off down here, which that was a terrible example. You're cutting it off here, not up here. Right. You know, that's, yeah, probably a video reference for my abilities and skills. So yeah, just work our way around. Got the sprue snips on them. I cut them both out at the same time. You can do one at a time. And once I've got them out, I'll just go along once again with a hobby knife. I mean, use a file if you want, and any areas I just think need tidying up a little bit, I'll just tidy up. This looks pretty good. And with the sprues, this with the side skirts, this flat edge goes to the rear every time, right? So when we, why does that look completely weird to me? So this is the right side, and what there is there's some lugs along the side here, one there, one at the front, one here at the back, and on this piece is female, 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 male, male, male. They line up together with great ease, like that. So all I do is just run a bead of glue down this side, and that's Mr. Cement again. Make sure I capture that whole area. And it's just a matter of just moving it slightly, and it will find its spot. You know, with great difficulty. There we go. And that bit of glue doesn't matter there. We're going to weather these vehicles down. I mean, if you're going for that parade look, you probably wouldn't go as heavy on the glue as what I am, but most of my models are built with a in battle look. Same thing, this flat edge to the back, and then, oh, I got that one, yes. So we just put that side skirt on. Now, what we do with the lower hole is we'll just put it aside. There's a few bits that we can put at the back here, but we'll talk about that after. And that's giving our turret a little bit of time to dry, so that pin's dry, and excuse me, and that's joined all right. Now this sprue we had before, now we don't need, that's just got those two pieces on there, and we'll put that aside, and we'll do a spares box video later. So we don't need that sprue anymore. We're just back to this one. And with our turret, what we'll do is we've got this Commander's cupola already out, so we'll glue that in place. So I'll just put a little, sorry, I'll be getting in camera. I'll just put a little bit of glue around that edge. And we'll just sit that in there. Perfect. Then we'll come back to our sprue, and we're going to cut out this panel here, which is above the ammunition, so it's like a safety blast out, blowout panels. So yeah, they've got a few different names, but we'll just give them a quick tidy up. Same, you can use a file to file this down. Depends what you feel comfortable with. Now there's two sides, and it will show it on the instructions too. If we look at the instructions, there's a couple of different ways that they've put it in. So this one is this side with the two lines, and some of the other models have it that way up. So we'll go this way up, but you're not really wrong if you put it the other way up, because they did mix and match a bit of equipment off the Abrams, so from all the models. So we're going that way. So I don't think you're completely wrong if you put it the other way around. Yeah, we've got that in. Now I'm going to come back to this turret basket, which I think it's important that we probably do it now. And the reason I glued all this together is because this sits on here this way, and we'll just quickly have a look at the Abrams here. You can see there's some small little lips here. Those lips line up with this part here of this storage bins for the storage basket, and putting the two sides on separately and then lining up the back to put on, I think is a little bit hard, or you know, for me. So I glued that in the first video. That's why we got it like that. Then I can just sit it on there like that. I know where everything lines up, looks good, sits properly underneath. So we can put a little bit of cement on there, glue that in a little bit. Yeah, you know, my terrible definition of a little bit across the bottom. And then we'll just slide that in. Up to that, and turn it over here. There's a little bit low with that glue, so I'll just run a bead of glue across there. They'll just build a bond. And on another video we will do the turret basket the way it sort of shows in here, like gluing on the sides and gluing the back on. But I just found it a lot easier just to do it this way. You get it at the right angle and right height. And bring this back over, we'll put that turret on our Abrams, and in the next video we'll definitely get it finished. So just a matter of taking time, just a lot of steps, so I'm breaking the videos down. And that's our Abrams build. Thanks for looking, and thanks for checking out the channel, and I really appreciate everyone having a look. Thank you very much.